Memorial Day today, so happy Memorial Day to you. Make sure you reflect on those who paid the ultimate sacrifice for all of our freedoms. We appreciate it. It also means it's summer and it is hot today. That's why I'm grabbing some shade right quick to shoot this quick video. Um, it's very hot, and I did not weigh that into consideration when I decided today to run to the gym. It's about 1.5 miles from the house, and wanted to test to see if I could kind of meet my own kind of minimal cardio standards, and I did pull it off barely with my recommended 10-minute mile pace, or in this case, 1.5 miles to the gym, so 15 minutes to make it here in time at 1.5 miles pace. And the heat definitely did me in, so make sure and hydrate up. Probably smarter to go like in the morning than what I did in the heat of the afternoon. But and then I just got done with my workout. I'm about to probably walk back. But it did remind me of kind of some minimum goals to shoot for if you're kind of like me and a little bit patchy with your cardio and your gym attendance, and you're kind of wanting to make sure you're fit for duty. I recommend at least shooting for, of course, if you're a gym rat or even still pretty young, this may sound ridiculously easy, but it's at least kind of a minimum standard to make sure that you can keep up with, and if you do slip to where you can't, to strive for. But so again, the pace I like to shoot for is a 10-minute mile pace, or push it a little further and try for that 1.5 miles to 15-minute mile and a half pace. So that's the cardio standard I look for. If you're not even close to being able to do that right now, you don't have to force yourself into anything crazy, getting injured. Just do the odometer for that distance around the block in your neighborhood, or find a park where it's labeled, or use a Runkeeper app to find that 1 mile or 1.5 mile pace that you want to practice on, and just make sure you do that, whether you have to walk it or whether you're able to run it and it's not even close to being within 15 minutes. Just keep doing that until eventually you can get a little bit faster until you can pull it off. The other option, of course, is to just go ahead and hit a pretty good pace, like that left, right, type pace that'll work for that distance, to get you in that time, and then you may have to stop and rest until eventually you can do the whole thing without really having to stop, or at least with being able to do it within that time frame. So in a combination of both is probably your best bet. So that's kind of the running part of it for like, and then I would say push-ups and sit-ups are another good measuring stick that you'll want to consider. I would say 30 in a row sit-ups is a good goal, at least within 2 minutes, but really pretty much one right after the other ideally is the goal. And again, if you're nowhere close to being able to do that right now, work on planks or some of the other ab exercises in the gym to help with those muscles. You can also just do as many as you can until you're able to get that many in a row, or just make sure you do 30 every day some way somehow until eventually you can do them all in a row. Same thing with push-ups. Planks also are good for building up for push-ups, but I would say 20 push-ups, nice straight back, all the way down push-ups is a good goal. If you're nowhere close to being able to do that, again, you can do other similar exercises to build up to get to that, like bench press, and you could modify. You could go to a wall, or hopefully at least maybe a staircase, or a kind of a higher curve or chair or something where you can modify like that instead of being completely flat, inclined a little bit, to make it a little bit easier until eventually you can do them flat. But yeah, those are some good goals. If that still sounds too easy, maybe add at least being able to do 2 pull-ups and 2 chin-ups minimum, and you're at least doing all right. All right. Thanks, y'all.